life. Good morning, sun. How are you? Skies above.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Easter. Welcome to Claudioscope. If this is your first time here, I hope you stick around. And if you like it, please hit the like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss any of my content. I talk about different things, different topics about my life, my thoughts, etc. So again, thank you so much for being here and welcome. Today is Sunday. I am in San Antonio again. For those that don't know or are new here, I have a house in San Antonio, Texas that I Airbnb out as a midterm rental. So that means that people that book it have to book at least 31 plus days. And typically when I have it listed in that manner, people will book 3 months plus. So it works out pretty nicely for me. I don't have to constantly be out here or in constant communication with guests. Usually they're okay and will reach out, but not often. So I'm here again. And this time I came with my son. It's been challenging and I want to share the struggles of being a single mom. It is really hard and I don't know if it's just the season of my life right now, if it's my son's age or the fact that I, work and have a bunch of other responsibilities at the same time. I don't know, but it's definitely currently a very challenging time for me to be a mom and try and balance my life. I don't typically talk about things like this, or at least I haven't on my social media. I try to keep my mom life personal. I keep it kind of light, or I'll talk about general things. For those that don't know, I have an Instagram that I post regularly. It's 321 Keep It Simple. Again, that's 321 Keep It Simple. The reason I created that Instagram is because I wanted some sort of positive outlet to share my thoughts and opinions on things, my life, and also try to inspire others while at the same time tell my story, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so on that Instagram, I don't really go into depth about being a mom. I think it's kind of a personal thing in a way. I don't want to talk about my son or what goes on between us, but I have been struggling and I just want to keep it real. This YouTube channel is about that. It's basically like a journal, an open journal of my life. And I don't think it's a bad thing to talk about certain things, right? So first of all, I think what makes it challenging and is that I don't get to be a stay-at-home mom. It's not an option for me. It's never been an option since my son has been born. I've had to work. Of course, I was given some time off work in the beginning, as most parents get, most moms definitely do get that here in the USA. Every state provides a max of 12 work weeks of bonding time. So that's really nice, in addition to the time that a mom needs to be off to recover from giving birth. So initially, after having a baby, if it's a regular vaginal delivery, it's 6 weeks. And if it's a C-section, it's 8 weeks. Sorry, I went off on a tangent, but that's really basically the biggest bulk of time that a mom will get with their newborn, their child, their kid, to be fully present for that baby. And then in addition to that, you get, well, depending on the state that you are, you can get additional time off. So that's pretty nice. But anyway, you can only use that time in the first year of your baby being born. After that, you're not eligible for that type of benefit. But since then, I've had to go back to work because I've never been in a situation where I can afford to not work and take care of my child, right? And that makes me sad. I've wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, at least get the opportunity to do that in the first years of my son's life. I think it's very important for that time to connect with your child, to be present. It's hard to be your best self when you have a bunch of other responsibilities, such as work and financial things that you must attend to, or if you're a single parent, like in my case, it kind of all falls on you when you have your child. You don't have somebody else that you can kind of balance that responsibility with. So that's been the challenge, and it's getting harder as my son is getting older. I don't know if it's getting harder. The hardest is constantly evolving to different things, right? At this time, my son is requiring a lot of attention. It's really hard for me to give him that attention. So I work from home, which is a blessing, I guess, and for the most part. When my son gets off school, he is with me. I'm still working. Most of the time I'm working for at least an additional 1 to 2 hours, about 1 to 2 hours. And I can't listen to him. He wants to talk to me. He wants to ask me stuff. I have to tell him to wait, that when I'm off work, we can talk, whatever. He doesn't get it. Of course, he's a child. He'll forget and he'll continue to talk to me. And it really is distracting and it makes me feel very stressed out because I have stuff to do. I need to focus on my job. And right now I'm not doing too well because I've been really distracted lately with a bunch of other responsibilities I have. As I mentioned earlier, I do have an Airbnb that I run, actually 2 Airbnb homes I'm a host for, and I am fully in charge of it all because those 2 homes are mine. So I do all of it. I'm the property manager / host / everything. So I'm doing that, and it's not easy. And what I wanted to get at the end of this all is that I try not to focus too much on all the hard and all of the things I wish could be different, because that's not my reality right now. I just need to be grateful for what I do have and take it one moment at a time. I try not to focus too much on what could go wrong. I try to just stay in the moment. Take a breath, be as patient as possible, something that is not one of my strong suits. I am a very impatient person naturally. I'm trying to work on that. I think that God gives us opportunities to work on the things that we struggle with by presenting us with things that will challenge us. For me, I get challenged a lot with my patience. I get challenged a lot with my temper. I do kind of have a short temper. I get easily irritated and annoyed. I've always been this way, but that doesn't mean that I can't get better or that I can't find ways to deal with these issues. And yeah, so I think that's what this is about. I think that life is hard, and I'm just focusing on one area right now, which is being a mom, a single mom. But if it's not this, it's something else. There is always something that we're going to struggle with. That goes for anyone, whether you have kids or not. Life isn't easy. Life is hard, and that's the point. Life is supposed to be challenging. And I can hear my son calling me out right now. He knows that I'm trying to do this video. I just had a talk with him because he wasn't listening this morning. He wanted to play with his iPad. I told him, no, you need to wait at least an hour. Go brush your teeth first. Let your iPad charge because it was dying. And I told him, please make sure to go brush your teeth first. Go ahead and charge the iPad. Do not play with it for at least an hour. You can watch TV, you can do something else, but leave the iPad there. He got extremely mad, screamed at me. I was like, I hate you, all kinds of things that are not okay. And then after he did all this big dramatic outburst of, I don't know, tantrum, whatever, I hear that it's quiet and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's reflecting. I don't know, maybe he's feeling some kind of way bad, who knows, whatever. Go check, and he's playing on his iPad. He didn't care what I said. He didn't listen. He yelled at me and was disrespectful to then in the end be playing with the iPad. I got upset. I told him, hey, you didn't listen to me. I'm taking it and I'm gonna go charge it somewhere else. And now it's 2 hours, or until I tell you it's okay to play with it, because it's not okay that you did what you did. You didn't follow directions. And then you were disrespectful on top of that. Okay, I had to pause that because my son came out and I don't know what to expect with him lately. I don't know. He's just been a little out of control. I don't know what it is. I honestly think I'm really nice. I think I'm a really awesome mom. I do a lot of great things for him. Maybe that's a problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm spoiling him, which is kind of funny for me to say because I don't think I'm that type of mom. Who knows? It could be the fact that I feel mom guilt because I can't pay attention to him all the time or give him the quality time that he wants because I'm busy doing other things like working. I did come out here to San Antonio to do this house up, which is work really, but since I don't have any more PTO, I also had to bring my regular Monday to Friday job with me. I had to bring my laptop, and I am working 7+ hours, 8 hours every day, or I have been. Then when I'm off, I have a bit of a break. Not really, I'm exhausted. I want more of like a mental break, but I have my son. I can't take a break from him. There's nowhere I can say, hey, leave me alone for a bit. That doesn't work. Even when I have asked him to give me some space, he just wants to be around me all the time, which is nice, I guess, but it's also like I don't get a break. And then after that, I still have duties and things to do here in this house, right? That I need to take care of. That was the whole point of coming out here. It's been hard. And then with the little attitude that he's been having lately, extra hard. But anyway, like I mentioned, I'm not here to just talk about be negative. I just want to like keep it real and share what it's been like for me these past months, years since I had my son. It's been a challenge being a single mom. I don't really have a lot of financial support, actually any financial support at this time. It's been like this for about close to 2 years, and I get it. Sometimes people go through things and they're unable to help out, whatever. And this is why at the end of the day, I have to be super independent, and I have to rely on myself and make sure that I can handle it. And I have been doing it, but I think it's taking a toll. But it's making me stronger, right? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm still here. I'm growing and I'm learning, and I'm really proud of myself. And we need to give ourselves grace. God gives us grace. He gives grace to all of us, and He's perfect. He knows that we are human and we're gonna make mistakes. But I think the point is that we forgive ourselves and we do better. We try to do better. It's never gonna be perfect, even though we try and do better, because it's always gonna be some challenge, right? That is the whole idea. We are all imperfect. It's how we rise from these moments that we fall short or we're unable to do something, how we learn from it. That's the point. So happy Easter, everyone. Remember, if you're struggling, it's normal. We've all been there. We're probably there, but we need to just keep pushing forward, focusing on the positive, on what we do have, on what we can do, living in the moment. The only thing we have control of is ourselves, as far as how we receive what's happening to us and what we do with that, right? It's all perception. We can choose. We have the choice to see life the way that we want. And let's choose good over bad. Let's choose positivity over negativity. Let's choose to see the challenge as an opportunity, as a moment for growth and learning. That's the point, I think. And so I just wanted to read this quote that I found on a Google search. I made a quick Google search about motivational, life is hard quotes. This is what it says. There is no such thing as a work-life balance. Everything worth fighting for unbalances your life. I think that's absolutely true. There is no such thing as a balanced life. We all want to strive to have a balanced life, right? To get to the point where we could figure things out and find a happy medium for everything. And then that's when true happiness will happen, and peace and all that. The reality is we will never reach that point. We might in one area of our lives, but there's always going to be something that suffers or something that falls behind, because we're not perfect. The point of life is that we're constantly being challenged, growing. Life is about growth. Without growth, we're not living. Our purpose is to figure out how we can continue to grow and be good to ourselves and others. Living for God, He made us all with a special plan. We just have to figure that out and work towards it while we're here in this earth that God created for us. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Sunday. Happy Easter. And remember that God is great. God is amazing. Because of Him, we have everything. He sent His only Son to come and save us. Through Him, we are saved if we choose to accept Him in our lives as our Lord and Savior. I love you guys all. Thank you for being here. And again, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to see more of me, my thoughts, opinions. Claudia Scope will be really all about that. Hopefully you could see me grow. That's the point here, right? Growth. Bye guys.